Yo, welcome to episode number 18, bitches of What the Suck podcast. I'm your host, DJ Pineapple in the Pizza.
That's right, and I'm your boy, MC Hamhock. What's up, y'all?
Wiggity, what up? I don't know where to go from there. No, but for real, this is your boy, DJ Pineapple in the Pizza. That's your boy, MC Hamhocks.
What's up?
Welcome to another episode of What the Suck podcast, your 65th favorite podcast in the world. Tonight we are doing why we're getting all crazy and hip hop and thug with it. That's is because we are doing tonight's episode is called
episode 18. It's going to be badass.
It's called Cryptz, aka Vampires in the Hood.
Yep.
What? It's a 2002 piece of shit directed by Danny Draven, starring Ty Badger, Choice Skinner, who plays Times Squared. Don't call him T2.
Don't
call him Times Squared or Times 2. Dennis Walker plays Likrish, aka fake ass Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker, yeah.
Yep. The high pitched squeaking one. Yeah.
Yes. Rick Irvin, who plays Fuzzy Down, Archie Howard, Olympia Fernandez, Lamar Knight, and then Andre McCoy, who plays Truck, the fake ass Blade.
Yep.
So the synopsis goes as such: 3 rap artists are lured into a nightclub. Lured. Populated by female vampires who want to add them to their menu. Now, there's also, I think another name for this is also From Dusk Til Dawn in the Hood.
Yeah, because first of all, fuck this whole populated by. There might have been like 6 motherfuckers in this whole damn movie. That whole club.
That's the entire population, fool. 6 people. 6 vampires is all you need.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's a movie for sure.
It was filmed.
Was filmed, yes.
It was produced.
2002, so it's 20 years old this year. Holy crap.
Yeah.
20 years old. Yeah, so before we get started on the review itself, a couple things I want to bring up. Don't forget to go check out our Patreon.
Please.
Patreon.com/State of Fear.
//
whatever. They know how to get there. / we have a Buy Me a Coffee. You can go donate $1 or whatever. Anything you want. Helps us out. We appreciate it.
We do indeed.
Because I don't know if we mentioned it before, but the people you hear on the show are the only people that run the show.
That's it.
We have no researchers. We have no editors.
I think
we do everything.
Tell.
Yeah, they can probably tell.
Yeah,
the quality speaks for itself.
We're just a couple of good old Southern boys enjoying podcasting together. We've been doing this shit a long time, and it's a blast. And
watching these really, really fun, shitty movies.
Yep. I was just looking back. I was like, damn, we've done a lot of these damn things.
I know. It's so funny because when I do look back sometimes, I don't realize how far back some of the movies are because they're still fresh in my head. And I'm like, oh, we did that last season. And I go back and I look and it was like season 1. I'm like, holy shit.
Scary or Die or something. Like when we kicked off. And it was it's like damn near 4 years ago already.
That was season 1? Shit. Okay. Yeah. Seems like last season, seriously.
No, we seriously got jacked and held up with the whole COVID thing and everything. Yeah. So yeah, we've actually
we kind of went through COVID. We kind of continued through COVID. So, because
remotely.
Yeah, you can do remotely. So,
yep.
Go check out all the social medias. We're on everything. And like I said, you can go support us.
Yeah, please. Because I put shit on there.
Yeah.
And I get a little bit of interaction. It sucks. I hate doing social media. So please help me out and make it worth it.
Yeah.
Leave a comment. Say hi. Anything.
Yeah.
Shit.
Say, I love lamp. I don't know. Say something. Who cares? And then, go check all that stuff out. And like I said, if you want to support us, Patreon is a big thing, but also Buy Me a Coffee. $1, whatever you want to donate helps out. And then, so let's go over real quick the review system for those who might have forgotten or people who are, for some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason they picked this episode as the first episode to listen to.
Yep. Don't
do that shit, but if you do,
that's okay.
Then we're going to go over the review process.
Well, if you like what you hear, then you go all the way back to the beginning and you listen how we've progressed.
And you say, wow, these fucking people went from shitty to not so shitty, but still kind of shitty. But not so shitty.
He went from a soggy shit sandwich to a shit sandwich, and then we've graduated to maggots.
And then now we're like little tiny rabbit hard turds.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's right. Making that progress. All right, so the rating system goes as such. We have our top of the hill. We've actually decided to incorporate this into our show full time because previous seasons we actually used it as special bonus, but we decided to go ahead and make the gold turd our standard. That's the ones you want to buy, keep in your queue, stuff like that. They're the diamond in the rough, the good stuff.
They are the best of the worst.
They are indeed. Our second level is the brown turd. So we used to use numbers 1 through 5, but like I said, we went to the color-coded turds. That's why I guess I should explain that.
Color-coded, that's right.
So that second level is brown turd. Still very good. It's entertaining. It's worth a watch.
Worth a rental. Worth your
Absolutely
money.
worth a rental. That is what we call the flesh wound. You just put a little dirt and a little spit on it, and you'll be just fine.
Good to go. Yeah.
That's right. Our next level down is starting to get a little worse, but still, you can still stomach it. That's what we call the nicked artery. That is our black turd. That's middle of the road. You're bleeding out pretty bad. Throw some alcohol into it, and you'll be fine.
And these are the ones that you will probably watch like on, I don't know, Netflix or something, or
Tubi or something for free.
For free, right?
Don't pay for them,
right?
But they're worth watching.
Yeah.
Now, this is where we go off the cliff. We have our red turd, which is our fourth level. That is one and done in most cases. But we do want you to watch them.
Yeah.
Because you might actually enjoy them where we don't. Opinions vary, as they say.
Yeah.
So just check it out.
So the black turds, I would say you watch it for free, but something you'll definitely want to keep in your queue.
Possibly, yeah.
The red turds you'll watch because it's free, but like you said, one and done, you won't keep it in your queue or anything.
No, you're going to smoke a big blunt and you're going to go slam your head into something and knock it out of your brain.
You're going to watch it and then you're going to erase it from your history.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, the worst turd is also my favorite turd because it looks cool. It is the gray skull turd. This is the death turd, we call it. This is literally a movie that has no horror value whatsoever.
Yeah.
And we have used it a couple of times on a couple of movies because they didn't have actual horror value.
Or we just didn't find anything worth even watching at all.
Yeah.
And it's great because, when a turd reaches a certain state where it's dried out and it's dead, it looks gray and ashy and pretty much turns to dust.
Ashy
it's
turd.
Super old turds. And that's what the gray turd's all about.
An ashy turd. I'm going to have to remember that. Oh, man.
But yeah, so that's our
that's it. That's how we do it.
So we'll give our review or give our rating at the end of the review. So let's go ahead and get into it, shall we?
Yes, indeed. Or should I say, yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what do you say
let's kick it.
Let's kick it. Kick it. What?
Sorry.
God, we're so white. Okay.
So, Times Square, how would you like to experience the world-famous Cryptz private dance?
What's that on your shirt?
A place of employment?
She said it wasn't in the phone, but...
Cryptz. Now what kind of establishment does that bring to mind?
Vampires use humans to perform certain tasks, like luring in horny teenagers.
What the hell is going on in this place? Where are my friends, huh?
I had no control over it. It's like I had to come here.
Have you ever held someone's life in your hands?
I told you not to accept any private dances, didn't I?
And we control hunger. We control the prey.
It's us against them.
Lockdown!
So DJ Pineapple on a Pizza.
Pineapple on a Pizza.
What we got going on?
All right. Starts off. Dude's running from something. Can't tell what. He runs for a few seconds and eventually he turns around. He gets attacked by a female vampire.
And gets his throat ripped out. Now,
yes.
This is pre-credit, so this was good.
Yes.
Because we actually do really like it when a movie kicks off with an immediate kill.
Yes, and this was on screen.
Yes.
So we're not even 30 seconds in and we get
kill one.
Yes.
And I'm like, yo, It's on like Donkey Kong honky. So then we get the super long intro with these graphics and songs that I shit you not sounded like a intro for a PlayStation 1 game.
I said Wolfenstein.
Say yeah,
because those
old school
Windows 95.
Yeah, and then
brick walls and stuff.
The song sounded like an old school like CD based game song. It was fine. I don't care about it. Whatever.
And what was funny though, the vampire that killed him,
yeah,
to me looked like China/Joni Laurel, because I was like, Joni in this? Because she was still alive back in 2002.
Yeah,
but she was not credited, so I don't believe it was her. But it was so fast, I thought it might have been her.
There's nobody I've known of recognition in this movie.
No,
so.
nobody, no self-respecting actor or even aspiring actor would have been in this.
But I do want to say that this director has directed a shit ton of movies.
Yes, and it was Full Moon, wasn't it?
Through Full Moon, Big City Productions.
Yes.
So I'm thinking like maybe like for next season, my thing is going to be every episode I do is going to be one of his movies.
Nice. Because
they all look like shit. And he had a lot. So I'm like, maybe I'll do a theme where it's all Mr. What's his name? Drake, Danny Draven's movies for next season. We'll see.
Danny Draven,
yeah. You know, like, yeah, The Crow. Yeah.
Sounds like someone I'd like to duct tape to a flagpole.
Okay, so then we meet the protagonist, Times Square.
Times Square, do not call him T2.
Nope. Or T Square. T Square.
That's right. That's right.
He's in bed and he wakes up getting chewed out by his mama because
which was stereotypical and hilarious.
Yes.
It's like you always see.
It's like Friday.
You always see the black dudes getting hollered at by their mamas, slapping them around. Get up, god dang it.
Yeah. She chewed him out because he's an adult and he's still sleeping in his mama's house and he ain't got no job.
That's it. And the funny thing is, after she leaves the room, she turns around after bitching at him. He starts mumbling under his breath. And I was like, yeah, you mumble under your breath because mama come back there and beat your
Whoop your ass. So what's funny is in my notes, I put it this way, but I put it this way before we get to the part where he says this. But in my notes, I call him T Squared.
There you
before
go.
The part of the scene comes up where he's like, don't call me T Squared. So T Squared gets up and he meets his two friends, Fuzzy and Likrish. The dumbest fucking rap names in my entire life I've ever heard, which is why James and I had to come up with even dumber DJ MC names for this episode because they were so stupid, but they were funny stupid.
They were fucking hilarious in my opinion. And it was funny because when he meets up with his boys, Likrish, the fake ass Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
And he just looked at him and I've never heard this term. He goes, why the hell you all bitched up?
Yeah.
In other words, he's all acting cowardly and stuff like that. So he said, why you all bitched up, man?
Yeah. The three guys had good chemistry together.
Great chemistry.
They worked off each other very well. And everybody in this movie, the acting is fine.
Yes.
It's perfectly fine.
It is.
It's
actually well done.
Yeah.
So if anybody associated with this motion picture listens, good job.
Yeah, great job. So they're trying to come up with a way to get his mom on board with his career. And then they're in the backyard talking. And as they leave, they come across a woman who's wearing a Cryptz shirt, and not like Cryptz a gang.
Yep.
But Cryptz, the title of the movie.
Crypt.
Spelled CRYPTZ.
Yep.
She's wearing a Cryptz shirt and not much else.
Nope. And she is a mighty fine looking young lady.
See, and I did not think so at all.
Yeah.
I thought she was way too skinny. She looked like a beanpole.
Well, she could have used a couple sandwiches, but
steak at least.
She had some nice titties.
Oh my God, we'll get to those in a sec. So she won't tell them where she's working, but she says to go look for her and where she's at. Since they can't,
I'm gonna be where I'm at.
Yeah, since they can't find it, they decide to call Truck, their friend who they call Spooky.
Yep.
Who's supposed to know things about things.
Well, what's funny too is also because was it Fuzzy or was it Fuzzy and Likrish started talking about titties and stuff?
Yeah.
And T Squared, I'm gonna diss him right here. T Squared got all pissed off, says, "Hey man, quit talking about titties, man. You're giving me wood."
Yeah.
I mean, it's just all kinds of one-liners in this movie that were great.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so
Sorry
Truck
about that. I didn't mean to throw you off.
No, that's fine.
But you're right. He started talking to Truck, and what was funny is while he was talking to Truck, behind his back, Likrish was all up behind his, talking shit behind his back silently.
Yeah.
I was laughing.
That was funny as shit.
I mean, it's funny.
Yeah,
it really
funny.
is. He's talking all this smack behind his back.
So one thing that we didn't talk about that happened was when they were talking to the girl, she pinched Time's cheek.
She pinched old T2 on the cheek. That's right.
And like a sound came up like he was marked or something. But and that's when Chuck tells him that he's been marked because the girl pinched his cheek, and it tells him to have Fuzzy and Likrish tie him down,
tie his ass to the bed
before sunset.
Yep. And his response literally was, "Man, fuck duct tape."
Yeah.
He didn't take it serious.
And then, so when they hang up, I thought it was kind of funny. When we hang up, where we have a shot of Truck doing he's meditating, whatever. And so when they hang up, it's just a scene of Truck, a shot of Truck, and he just says, "Those are some dead motherfuckers."
And he was almost, he
was partially right. Yeah.
He was partially right.
Mm-hmm. So then cut to a white guy tied up and looking half dead in the basement.
I said, they got Whitey in the basement shackled, but he is dispatched quickly.
Yeah, a woman enters, dancing all stupidly. She rushes at him. She's a vampire, tears out his throat at 17:30 for
kill 2.
Yes, sir.
Cut back to the guys. And Tymez telling he wants them to tie him down. They talk about not doing all this bullshit. Cut to night. Tymez wakes up with his cheek starts to burn, and it looks like it's coming off.
And he starts screaming like a bitch.
Yeah, and he takes off.
Yep. And
they get into the car and they drive off, and he's got like this sense where like the whatever it is, the mark is telling him where to go.
Yeah. And what's funny is they're in the car, he's screaming in pain, and in the back you hear Likrish, the smart mouth. He just leans up and goes, "Man, stop crying like a bitch."
This whole scene is where Likrish annoyed the fuck out of me. Like, I didn't think any of his lines were funny. I didn't think any of his delivery was good. He was just an annoying ass bitch ass person, and at that point I was like, okay, Likrish, I'm done with this guy. I thought Fuzzy was good.
Yeah,
Fuzzy was funny, but
he was a little more level headed. He wasn't all crazy.
No, he was, but Likrish like Likrish was overly animated. Like, he was trying to be.
Well, if anybody ever saw a House Party,
yeah,
here's a good quick example. The group Full Force, who is the antagonist of the movie,
right,
bullying kid all the whole time. Likrish is like the loud, obnoxious one. I don't remember what his name is in the movie. Damn it!
Well, he's trying to be Smokey from Friday, basically.
Yeah, there you go.
Just nonstop, like animated and like just throwing out lines and making faces like Smokey does. But his lines and his animation and just his whole thing doesn't really match the tone of the movie, and it just doesn't land. Like, he does the exact same thing that Chris Tucker does in Friday, where like he makes random comments or just gets really animated, high pitched voice.
He's the comic relief.
But like even though Tucker's in there, we're still like, you could take any of Tucker's lines and they could fit any other situation.
Yep.
But they were just delivered so much better.
Damn.
Same with Likrish. You could take any line that he was saying and put it in a different situation, it would match. But
yeah, I
don't know. It was like too much, and I was like, dude, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna knock you the fuck out. So, but that whole scene is where I was like, I'm done with fucking Likrish. And I have in my notes. He's like, I have my notes. Likrish is the most annoying character so far.
Oh, well, he is annoying on purpose.
Yes. So they get to the club, which turns out to be this tiny one-room stage strip club in a basement. Because
actually, I thought it was a roof.
No, it's a basement.
It was a roof, wasn't it?
It's a basement. They went down.
Oh.
Yeah, they went down into it.
I remember them climbing up on the roof or something.
That was later on when they were trying to escape.
Huh.
Yeah, they climbed down into the basement of this club.
I got it in my notes early, so I don't know.
Yeah.
We must have seen some different shit.
You must not have been paying attention. They find this girl. So they find the girl from earlier, who name is Stacia or Stacia.
And I'm pissed off because the only titties in the movie so far are on posters.
Yeah.
And they're drawn. It's this artwork that's on the walls.
Yeah.
And like I said, you're in this club now, and there's like 5 people.
And there's one girl who dances the entire time.
And she has no titties.
Well, not does she have no titties, but when she takes off her bra, she's wearing pasties, so you can't see nipples anyway.
So you're like,
so you can't see what she don't have anyway.
That's right. I got bigger titties than this bitch.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah. So they meet the girl Stacia, and then they call Truck and tell him that where they're at, and he's like, "Look, you're dead, but he's on the way." Time gets taken to the back by Stacia for his private lap dance, and then at 32:48 we get Stacia's RTs, but I put they're not very good because the plastic surgery looks like shit.
You think so?
I think it looks terrible. That was a terrible plastic
Didn't even
surgery.
take them out, really. She just kind of folded down the top, and that was it. But at least we got some RTs.
But he was sucking on him. He was sucking on nipples.
Yeah, he just jumped on them like a fucking...
But I didn't think they were very good at all. And I was kind of disappointed that we didn't get to see Kulada's because she looked like she had good ones.
Oh, God, yeah.
But we didn't see any of that. But no, we actually did see him. We'll get to that. They did show for a brief second. We'll get to that, though. Then he asked her what she did to his face. They start kissing and making out. Then she notices a tattoo of a symbol that he has on his chest. He said he got from his grandmother who gave him this symbol on something.
And we have to remember, before this even happened, before they even went to the club, remember Truck told him, I know this is jumping back a little bit, but Truck told him, don't let her dance for you. Mm-hmm. Don't do none of that shit.
Right. We said tie him down.
But he didn't explain.
Don't go anywhere. He said don't go.
He said tie him down, don't go. And if you do, don't get any dances.
Yeah.
I think he called and said they were on the way and you got mad at him and said,
right.
Well, don't dance. Don't let her dance for you and all this other shit.
So everything that Truck says is out the window.
And also, just a real quick note, the DJ looked like Alice Cooper to me.
Dude.
I don't know what you thought, but yeah, it's like you walk in there and the DJ looked like half dead, but he looked like Alice Cooper. I liked it.
I couldn't tell if that was DJ or like the cook.
He just kind of standing there, yeah.
Because at one point I thought he was a DJ because he's in the back.
Oh shit!
It looks like he's like at a turntable. But I swear to God, James, at one point when they cut to the dancer and you see him in the back, I swear to God he was wiping down a dish. I was like, oh, maybe he's like a waiter, the cook, or some shit. So I don't know.
Dusting off some vinyl.
It looked like a plate. Like a white plate, fool.
Damn.
Anyway, so she sees the tattoo. She freaks out and takes off. Then we get this super long, like 1.5 minute, like sequence of the 6 people that are in the fucking strip club that are there.
Yeah.
Going back and forth between them all. And then one of the patrons rushes the girl on the stage.
Yeah. Yes. Big mistake.
What does he say again? He says something. I forget what he says. Anyway, but then he rushes, and then and then the big bouncer.
I called him Carlton.
Carlton?
I called the character's name Carlton because he was smiling and he was wearing a sweater. He kind of looked like Carlton from the Fresh Prince. Yeah. So at 35:45, Carlton takes it way too far, and he grabs Miss No Titties.
Yeah, and then the big...
I said King Kong grabs him.
No. If that's Carlton, then the bouncer's Uncle Phil.
Uncle
Phil. Uncle Phil comes in and grabs him.
This dude was a monster.
He was a monster. At 35:55, he breaks his neck for
kill 3.
And what's cool is he slams his face into the wall like 6 times first.
Yeah.
And then he just snaps his neck.
Yeah.
Don't touch the bitches. Don't touch the bitches.
We only have 3, but at least they're all like on screen.
And they're good kills.
They're great kills, yeah.
Yep.
So, and then he yells, "Lock down!" And then like everybody turns to a vampire, and the door gets locked, and people in there, and Likrish and Fuzzy try to leave, but then they're taken hostage by the staff who are all vampires.
And it is one of the worst fight sequences ever.
Every fight in this fucking sucks.
Holy crap, it was lame, but it was funny. See, that's what I have to keep saying this because the movie, although stupid, it just funny as hell to me because I find dumb humor. I get it and I laugh at it.
I do too.
You know, when they do slapsticky or dumb shit.
Yeah.
You know, it always makes me giggle.
I mean, this is like a high school production of like Vampire Brooklyn Bad.
Yep.
Yeah. But then
we get back T squared. He's tied up in the basement still.
Yeah. And then we cut to Kulada, who's butt ass naked, sitting on a thing, and we get some rescue booty. It's kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
And she's doing some soul ritual. We don't see the front, unfortunately, but then cut to Tymez screaming.
I'm laughing because there's a line that comes up here that just cracks me the fuck up.
Okay. Tymez comes in and Stesha comes in and says that she wants her, the lady, to come meet somebody. So in comes Mrs. Kulada, who doesn't have a tongue, so she doesn't talk. And then Stesha shows her the tattoo, and then they cut the truck, stopping a vampire by the name of Too Bad. And interrogating him for the location of Cryptz.
Yep.
And I just got to say, this thing that Too Bad is wearing as his fighting outfit,
lame.
It's a little weird.
Yeah.
It's like this sleeveless black top, but then like instead of having a back, it has like a string that goes to the back of his neck and then straight down his back.
Yep.
And I don't know why.
Me neither.
I don't know what the costume designer was thinking, but like maybe they were thinking, I know what they were thinking. Like, look, Blade had black pants, he had a black shirt with the black vest with the black protection thing, and then he had a jacket. So he had a lot of clothes. Let's do the opposite and make this guy wear almost nothing.
Well, he didn't provide much resistance anyway.
No, he really didn't. And then
what's funny is we got to go back to T2 in the basement.
Okay,
he's tied up when she brings Kulada in.
Yeah.
He comes off with this fucking line. He goes, "Who's this bitch? Your mama?"
Yeah,
just the way he says it.
Yeah,
and he says it with like he's being completely serious.
Well,
Who's this bitch? Your mama?
Yeah,
And I'm oh my god, and I'm serious. I'm laughing. I had to stop this movie a few times because the humor to me is hilarious because I love like the Friday movies. I love all the
see, I love that
the house party movies. All the stupid shit talking.
I love that kind of comedy too, but like I didn't laugh as much as the movie because to me the timing was all off for me.
Yeah,
all the comedic timing was off. There were a few times when which I make comments in my notes where I thought it was good, but I felt like much like Likrish, everything was a little too off. Some of it was forced, but I can see why you like it. It's very much that whole, freaking growing up in the 80s type of like dark comedy or goofy comedy. Yeah, I get why you like it. It's just some of these stuff was like, I was like, I've heard better lines in better movies that I've watched, so it's not like that funny to me.
Yep, that's right. It's funny. He kicks that Too Bad's ass though. Let's get back to that real quick.
Yeah.
But what was funny is after the fight, he says, "Man, now what you gonna do? You gonna throw anthrax on my shit? What's my mama gonna say?"
Yeah.
I'm sitting there going, "What?" I'm like, "Anthrax?" I'm like, "Where the hell that come in?" But it was funny as shit to me.
So we cut back to T Squared, who is having his tat removed by Kulada. She's cutting it off him.
I was gonna say, removed by fillet knife.
Yeah, fucking literally just cut it off him. They throw him in the room with a couple others. We got one guy this guy is funny as hell. He just constantly tries to open the door by banging at the corner of the door with a pole, just nonstop. And as he's doing it, it opens, and in super shitty slow-mo, a hooded figure comes in, grabs Likrish, and then takes him back out, and then closes the door, and then that guy is back at it with the fucking pole, trying to open the fucking door again. And they take Likrish to a separate room. Then we get the four ladies together, and because I thought this was actually pretty cool. Because Kulada doesn't have a tongue.
Yep.
She takes her hand, puts it at the back of Stasia's head.
Yep. And
does something to where she can make Stasia talk for her.
Yeah, I call this a ventriloquist show.
Like a dummy, yeah.
Yep.
And I thought that was kind of a cool, interesting sort of add-in. I mean, it's a super tiny fucking thing, but it's kind of neat to add it to the lore of this world. She mentioned something about a prophecy. I wasn't listening. And then...
Such a wonderful review. Huh?
Then,
they mentioned something about a prophecy, but we weren't listening
because the script is not that great.
No.
Then they make Stasia a vamp instead of a familiar, and she drinks the blood of the stripper that's in there.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, he made her drink blood, convert her, because I thought she was already a vampire. I did not know.
Too. Yeah,
she was just out recruiting.
But it makes sense because we didn't fucking think about it. They met her in daylight.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so it didn't make sense. But yeah, so she drinks the blood of the stripper. I didn't count the stripper because she didn't actually die on screen.
I said she eats Miss No Titties for kill number 4.
See,
I actually noted it as a kill.
Yeah, see, she didn't actually...
Because she grabbed her and she cut her in the throat and she did.
I didn't count her as a kill though, so... Kill 4? Where the hell you get the... I'm only on kill 3, fool.
Well, see, that's what I'm talking about. You said kill 3, but...
Oh, no, wait. I am kill 4. No, man, I labeled it wrong. So... Anyway, so we get cut to Truck showing up at the club door, and then he has a fight with the giant bouncer that looks like it's like a 6th grade fight choreography.
He takes Uncle Phil out, and he basically snaps his freaking neck.
Yeah, at 50:09 for
kill 4.
Because that one's on screen to me. So
gotcha.
Cut to the guys arguing. In comes Stasia and removes them. Then kills the remaining guy at 53:19 for
kill 5.
Yeah, I just call him. He kills no name.
Yeah,
because he didn't have no name. He just rips his juggler out.
No name, no purpose other than trying to open the door. But that was it.
Truck Swayze his ass.
Yeah. Then the guys come upon the altar with the skin and are surrounded by the ladies. Kulada takes Fuzzy away. And the other two go for T squared. And then we cut to her making Fuzzy drink something.
This is funny, though, because the entire time Fuzzy thinks she's trying to get busy.
Yeah.
And he's getting all horny and he's talking all this shit.
Now, I do think that even though they've been captured and seen vampires all night and he gets taken away by one,
it seems like all they cared about is getting laid.
He still thinks they're going to get laid. It's like, that's a funny aspect of their characters. Absolutely. Cut to Tymez, who Truck shows up and kills a waitress vamp, which I didn't count the vampire kills because they're dead already.
Well, it's fine.
Then he and Tymez take off. Cut to Kulada, who's on top of Fuzzy, and going through this weird slow-mo and like color filter change.
Yeah.
That was really stupid. And then he becomes a vampire.
But he's just laying there.
But it's weird how it's different for him than it was for Stesha.
Yeah.
Like,
because he didn't kill nobody. He just kind of laid there.
Yeah.
After he was converted, he's like,
and she had to take him to a separate room, lay him down, whereas Stesha, they just gave her something. Yeah, so it's weird that they have different rules for that. But cut to Truck and Tymez, and they try to put the skin back on his chest, which is funny as shit.
Now, T-Square was having a fight with those two bitches, too. Don't forget about that.
You want to call it a fight?
It was hilarious, though, because he was fighting those two girls, but he was screaming like a bitch the whole fucking time.
Dude, I
was laughing.
It was on par with Kirk and the Gorn choreography. That's how bad it was.
But the funny thing was the way he was screaming.
Yeah, well, I mean,
screaming like a bitch the whole time. It was funny as shit.
So
see, because it's more like a comedy,
right?
At this point, it's basically a horror comedy.
Again, it's basically From Dusk Till Dawn or Vampire in Brooklyn type of thing.
Very true.
Yeah. So then he tells Tymez that his tattoo was a voodoo symbol, and Tymez tells him that his grandma was from Haiti. And the tat is a symbol that can be used to give the vampires ultimate power.
Yeah.
Which is why they want it so bad. Then we cut to the ghoul coming in to get Likrish out of the room. And Likrish actually does the one good fucking thing in the movie. And he slams the shit out of that ghoul's head in the back of the wall like fucking 20 times.
Yep.
And I actually counted this one because
it busts his head off like a melon, man.
Blood's coming out and everything. So at 1 hour, 4 minutes, 36 seconds, he kills the ghoul for
kill 6.
The ladies come back and find the skin missing. Then they go and they find Tymez and Truck, which is a weird name, Tymez and Truck. And then they fight. So one thing that we didn't mention in his fight with Too Bad is he has this dust that he blows that hurts vampires.
Mm-hmm.
So he blows more dust on them, which just looks like he's, I don't know, it's like a fucking kid fight. This time on Stesha, who takes off running.
Yep. And then they're outside. I think they get outside. They're like, it's like you said, I think this part where they make it to the roof because Truck is there and they're fighting their way out.
I think so. Yeah. Cause this is where, so they come upon Kulada.
Yeah.
And then when they're fighting, this is where when they're fighting her, when a Truck grabs her, her top comes off and her tits flap.
I got you. That's right.
They're out for like good amount. I'm like, ooh,
that's
ooh,
right.
ooh, ooh.
Hello.
Hers were good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that's when Tymez grabs a broom and stakes her and she explodes. Then they come across Fuzzy on the roof and fight him on the roof.
Yep.
And they break his neck, which I counted for a kill at 1 hour, 8 minutes, 25 seconds for
kill 7.
And then that's the end of it.
And that's what's funny because after all this has gone down, T-Squared looks at Truck and he tells him, "Man, that's why you spooky and no one want to hang out with your ass."
Yeah. Yeah.
Just the way he said after no gratitude at all for saving his ass.
Again, it's that same mentality where like when Fuzz thought he can get laid.
Yeah, that's,
you know,
that's what's
like
so
they're not
funny, though.
They're not in the moment. But Truck offers him a job, joining him in hunting to kill down other vampires. Tymez is like, well, I'll think about it, whatever. And they take off. And then we see Stacy on the roof who has survived. And she says some shit about finding him again or something. I don't know. Who cares? Cut to Tymez sneaking into his mama's house again. His mom chews him out because, you know, he's his mama.
Yep. All that. Now we got to remember, like you said, we've said it time and again. They went through this entire ordeal from start to finish for a piece of ass that they never got.
Never got. Nope.
Damn.
And he goes in the bathroom. He trying to put the skin on. He can't. He puts the skin down. End of the movie. It just ends.
Yep.
I guess they set up for a sequel.
Yeah.
Which 20 years later, I guess has never happened.
No.
No.
They probably said, you remember that money we had stashed for a sequel? No, I spent it on weed. Because after watching this shit, I needed it.
I'll tell you what, that is a better investment than the sequel for this movie.
Absolutely.
So yeah, all right, James. Well, we just went through the review, so why don't you give me your rating?
I got it right here, man.
All right, go for it, man.
First of all, the movie to me was funny as fuck.
Okay.
I enjoyed the shit out of it. I laughed. I thought, the blood when they did kill was good. The script was not bad at all. I mean, it was funny. But you know what I mean. But the general story was pretty cool. Based on what it was.
It wasn't anything new though. But yeah,
no. But I just get right to it. I gave this one a brown turd.
Brown turd. Okay.
Yep, almost to the top. Not quite gold quality.
Okay.
But definitely a brown turd. It's definitely solid to me and worth a watch because, I said, I busted a gut at some of the parts because I like that kind of humor.
So you're saying they should at least buy a digital copy.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't even have to buy it if you don't want to.
But that's what the brown turd is. You gotta realize that's what the brown turd is. If you don't think they should buy it,
well, I don't think it's middle of the road.
Turd.
So yeah, go ahead and buy it. Stuff it in there.
Okay. I think it's pretty cheap anyway to buy online. So
probably $2.
Probably. So yeah. So he's saying he thinks it's good enough for you to buy it digitally. Don't buy a physical copy. No. But buy it digitally. I don't even
know if people even buy physical copies anymore, brother.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't buy a lot, but there are like certain movies that I love so much that I have to own a physical copy.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Because and actually no, there are, because let me tell you something. You know me, I watch a lot of YouTubers. A lot of YouTubers I watch are YouTubers that are movie reviewers, and whenever they do a episode, when you see in their background, they literally have thousands of Blu-rays and DVDs.
This is true.
Some have thousands of VHSs.
This is true.
People still buy physical. People like us who love movies still buy physical media. Yeah,
that is true.
So, but you're saying buy it on sale digitally. It's worth the digital sale.
It is for me.
Okay, cool. I am gonna go one below yours on that and give it a black turd. I thought, again, as we mentioned, it wasn't anything new. It's sort of a smattering of different things here and there in movies that we mentioned earlier in the review. But the acting was good, and the three guys, like I said, Fuzzy,
great
Likrish,
chemistry,
and yeah, they worked off really well off each other. It was like watching me and my friends in high school, how we acted, just like that. Always riffing off each other, riffing off each other and just making fun of each other and just, just cutting up all the time. Great chemistry. Everybody did a great job acting. Had some really interesting ideas in there, like I mentioned before, even though a lot of stuff was retread of other stuff. I really thought they failed on the script. There was nothing in the script to me that was memorable. And then the character of Truck was a flat tire. Because that guy who was supposed to be this spooky badass thing, sort of like a Superfly, or who was that?
His character seems like it should have been way too cool and way too badass to be hanging out with these three nuts.
Well, not even hanging out, but it should have been so much more cooler than what we got. Because his first interaction with Too Bad is pretty fucking weak.
But look, man,
I did not at all buy that Too Bad was scared of this dude in the onesie top thing, whatever.
Yeah, no shit.
He didn't have any weapons. He he was in shape, but they also didn't have a good fight choreographer, so he couldn't use whatever martial art skills he had to what's the name of that dude? The real famous dude from the exploitation, Rudy Ray Moore.
Oh, okay.
How he always has karate in his movies.
Oh yeah,
and it's funny karate, but they know what it is they're making, right? This movie had Rudy Ray Moore type of choreography, but I think they were trying to go for they either were trying to go for a bit more, or tried to go Rudy Ray Moore style, but didn't quite get upset. Because whenever you see him fight, whether it's any of his movies, right?
Yeah.
And you see him fight, it's funny because he doesn't look like he's a martial artist.
And it's like half speed too.
Yeah.
So he can make the moves and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's always it just looks weird. But you look at Truck and this dude's in shape. He could probably fight.
Yeah.
But he's still kicking like he's Rudy Ray Moore. So I was like, okay, that totally killed the character. Should have been more badass. I thought the ending was kind of weak. Well, actually pretty weak. I don't even care about like the cinematography or like the set design or anything, because that's
cinematography,
because it's fine for what it is.
Yeah,
it's cool for what it is. But I'm only going Black Turd because it's on Tubi. I think it's worth to watch. I think it might be worth keeping in your queue on there. I would not pay to watch it though.
Yeah.
Saying that, if they did make a sequel, I would watch that for sure.
Yeah,
because I want to see 20 years later. Likrish and Times Square, what they're like now, right?
That's right.
I want to see what
his
they're
old
like
fuzzy
now.
gone.
Yeah,
that's the shame.
Yeah, but yeah. So I'm going Black Turd for this one.
All right, man.
Yeah. All right, man. Well,
all right, folks. Well, if you want to support the show again,
yeah, you tell them that while I go get me some gin and juice.
There you go. Yeah, just go to www.patreon.com/whatsuck. It's $7. It's called The Jump Scare. You get access to everything we've done. We've done commentary tracks. We've done blooper reels. We have reviews on good horror movies. And, there's all kinds of stuff. And we've got reviews on stuff we hated.
Yeah.
On purpose.
Yes.
So go check it out if you want to. Check it out for a month. If you don't like it, you can jump off.
$7
That's
down.
what's good.
That's all it is. Yeah.
$7. Just give it a shot.
Yeah. You can get more content, more value out of our 1 month $7 than you can get in $7 worth of gas right now.
That is true.
Because there's no value in that.
No value.
No. All right, guys. Until next time, this is Chris, and I'll see y'all at the next Suckfest.
Yeah, and this is James. If it ain't on What to Suck, it ain't shit.
Give it up. What? What? Yeah. Give it up. What? Give it up. What?
Thank you.